Hey folks, welcome to another VR video. Today I've got a different video. This is going to be a review of some accessories that I received in the mail from a company called AMVR. And first thing I'm going to show you is I have removed my GoQuest VR and the facial interface from my Quest. As you can see, Quest has some dust in it, but otherwise it's pretty naked. Just the front, and that's the Quest that I have right now. It's kind of scary, and the reason for that is I've got a bunch of accessories to install that required the use of this, the original, the OG Quest strap. So we're gonna install first of all this first little box here, lens anti-scratch rings for the Quest and Rift S. So this little box are for the lens holders themselves. So inside the Quest here, around the lenses, there are little black rings. And those rings actually pop right out and fall on the ground right after you pop them out. So after you pop them out, they look like this. Alright, so I did drop one of these, but now I've got two again. I found it on the ground. Had to search under the table because, of course, it didn't go to a spot that it could easily be recovered. But let's continue. We're going to install these lens anti-scratch rings for the Quest and Rift S. Now, AMVR's packaging for these particular items, it's just a little cardboard box, it looks like. It does have a model number of CG1, and it's got 3 colors displayed: red, blue, and black. And then it says highly. I don't know what that means, but it says 4/5/6 millimeters. Don't know what the highly means. And then once you open the first flap, there's a little installation setup steps. So we've already removed the original lens protection frame, and it says to select the appropriate silicone ring to install on the lens protection frame, secure one of the lens protection ring frames in the Quest again, and press that one down, and do that for the second one. That's the end. So inside, we've got little protection rings. Got 2 of them, oddly enough. I'm not sure why we have the actual plastic protection rings when we already had these plastic protection rings. And then under the plastic protection rings, there's a whole bunch of these soft, like rubberized black rings. And then a package of that same type of rubberized material of blue and red rings. So now I'm curious, am I putting this lens protector frame? Let's actually see if they're the same size. They do look like they're the same size. So this protector ring is replacing, I guess, the one that was on the Quest. I wasn't prepared for that. That's interesting. Okay. So we're going to take this lens protector ring. I'm just going to make sure it fits. And it looks like it will fit on the Quest if I put it over the lens here. I tilt it right. It should fit right there. I can snap it onto the Quest. I'm going to use the blue ones. I'm going to take 2 of these blue ones. And it looks like there are 3 blue, 3 red, and maybe 6 black. That would make sense. And these do work on the lens protectors for both the Quest and the Rift S. So we'll take the first one here. Oh, and they even have, I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can turn this right so that you can see this little logo on here. It's very small. There it is. Alright, so we're going to take one of these little AMVR rings. We're going to try to install it on one of the little rings that AMVR supplied. So I just dug around on the floor for a little piece of plastic that I actually probably won't be using in the future. Whoops. So I've got this all fitted with the rubberized material around this black ring. So you've got the black ring on the bottom, and the rubber material has little black hinges on it. And then you've got that little AMVR logo there. And then this should snap back into the Quest. Let's do the first one here. I'm pretty paranoid about this one, about making it fit correctly. And there you have it. So it does fit in just like that, just around the lens. And what these do is it makes it so that your glasses can never touch the lens itself, which I wear glasses religiously every time I use the Quest. So that's a huge, huge difference for me. We're going to do the second one the same way. So those little interlocking rings are now around this piece as well. This one says AMVR 2 in the ring. So one goes in one eye and one goes in the other, it looks like. Alright, so we've now got two AMVR blue lens protectors to stop my glasses from hitting the lenses and scratching them potentially on the Oculus Quest. The second item they sent is actually a foam head strap. You can see the directions here for the back of, well, really the entirety of this Quest head strap. So we're going to put that aside for just a moment, and I'm going to show you another item they sent, which is a extremely long 5-meter link cable for the Oculus Quest. And it does come also with a small clip, so you can clip it to the head strap if you choose to do so. And then the last piece they sent me was a power bank fixing bracket, or bracket. This is model number QB1. The AMVR cable, this right here, which is rattly, I apologize for that, just says link cable for Oculus Quest. And I guess it does not have a model number yet. And then the head strap is QP2. So what I'm going to do next is put the original OG Oculus Quest head strap back on the device, which kind of sad to do, to be perfectly honest, because I really like my GoQuest VR. But let's see what the AMVR comfort is like once we add all of the different pieces and components that they've offered. And there's the original Quest with the original Quest head strap. Mine's a little discolored after lots of use. But we'll go ahead and start with, well, let's look at the power bank first. So the power bank fixing bracket, or bracket, and this device is supposed to work with either the Oculus Quest or the HTC Vive Deluxe Audio strap. So if you wanted to use it with the Vive wireless adapter, it would also work with that. Oh, this is interesting. So there's a little braided cable. It looks like it's got a magnetic USB-C port on it. Let's see what that, you can pull that out. And yes, it is. It's a little magnetic USB-C port. So You can see that. So that's what you would use to attach to the Quest with your power bank. It's got a long belt style. I'm assuming that's to attach if you were to attach it to your belt pack instead of to the back of the Quest. All of these little plastic components in one little bag. A warranty card, which I'm hopefully not going to need anything like that. They've got a subscription to their YouTube channel and Facebook on the back with QR codes. And then, yes, the installation manual, which is extremely important for me. So we've got, the package includes a power bank bracket, an HTC Vive Deluxe Audio Strap fixed clamp, a waistband fixed clamp, a charging cable fixed Velcro, 2 magic straps, and a screwdriver. So installing on the original Quest looks fairly simple. I'm just going to fold over because the rest of these installation instructions are not as relevant. That's the installation diagram here. It says press the head strap edge into the groove on 2 little clips, and that's pretty much it for the bracket installation itself. So we'll go ahead and pull out the bracket and do just that. You can see the little clips here, and there it is installed on the back of the Quest. And that should hold a power bank. Now, I'm assuming these straps loop through. I'm going to continue the instructions and see if that's the case. Yes, number 2 is attach the magic strap to the power bank bracket. So we're taking the 2 magic straps and strapping that around a power bank. Alright, so now we've got our head strap with the Quest power bank attached. And I'm just gonna leave it like this, not plugged into the Quest, just to see how the counterbalance is. And we'll play a little bit of a game. Put that facial interface back on. Now you can see the power bank attached to the Quest is definitely adding a lot of weight because it's tilting the entire strap like that. But let's see what happens now that we've got the facial interface on. Let's pull that back. Alright, so we've got the Quest back on. I'm just going to play for a couple of minutes. I will say I can definitely feel something cold on the back of my head. It would probably be a bit warmer if I was actually using the power bank, if the power bank was plugged in. Now, this bracket does not come with any type of power bank. But I still feel that pressure on the top of my head from the Quest. It's not as pronounced at the front like on my cheekbones because of the counterweight, but definitely on the top of my head it still feels like it's being pulled down, probably because now there's weight on the back and the front of the device. But I definitely don't feel like this alone is more comfortable than the Go Quest VR. I feel like I've got that little bit of pressure on my cheeks, I've got a lot more pressure on the top of my head, and now I've got this sensation on the back of my head from the battery pack itself. So yeah, everyone's head shape is different, and I've mentioned that with the Go Quest VR, as well as any other type of alternate solutions I've tried. And because of that different head size and different head shape, solutions that might work for one person may not work for someone else. And I feel like alone, at least, this battery pack is not optimal for me. That's not saying it's a bad thing, but at this point, playing through this game a little bit, almost done with this level, which is, I just wanted to play for a couple of minutes here and see how comfortable the headset lasts. Now, if I move around, it's working pretty well, but we're going to go ahead and stop now And I'm going to take off the bracket that I just put on the head strap, and we're going to try the other head strap accessory, the padding for the head strap, and see if that makes a difference in comfort. So with the head strap padding, this comes in kind of like a zippered bag. Install as shown. So I'll show the install directions, if I can get them lined up. So it looks like there's a lot to wrap around on this. There is a lot of padding here though. Like if I touch this, super padded. Again, we've got a little warranty card. I like that everything has the AMVR logo on it, including the head strap, which you'll see in just a second here. Has a little AMVR lip around it as well. Oh, many of them actually. There's one on each of these little straps as well. So, how do we install this thing? So the head strap support pad. There's a rear strap pad, a top strap pad, and just some Velcro. So it looks like these detach a bit. This is the rear strap pad here. This piece. So it says install as shown. And it's initially indicating to install the full big pad, this thing right here. And it does have these little Velcros attached to it. I don't think they're meant to go there. So I'm going to take those off as well. Again, it's just really how it's shipped. So this is the pad that we're going to put on first. And I'm assuming the soft area stays toward me. And that definitely adds a bit more padding, as you can see up in there. Now I'm going to just put that piece on and see if that makes a difference. I kind of feel it does, actually. It's not perfect. I can still feel a bit of pressure on the front. I'm going to make it a little bit less tight and see if that makes a difference. A little bit, yeah. So it's a little bit more cushiony, but let's go ahead and put the next piece in. One of the things that I was using as a solution were two of these, which were just seatbelt covers. And it's just a kind of fabric-y seatbelt cover. I had one strapped to the back of the Quest right here, and one strapped to the top of the Quest right here. So if you see any of my old videos, you might see this like protrusion on the head strap. That's what it is. And that is essentially what this piece of foam and this piece of foam are doing from AMVR, but custom tailored for the Quest. So it's going to give you a bit more coverage on the headset itself. So let's see, the rear strap piece, it's saying, looks like it just wraps around. That's fairly simplistic. So just insert it on the back piece right here. Then Velcro side, then AMVR side. And now we'll see how that feels together. And again, a little bit more padding. Definitely good, definitely better. I'm going to go ahead and toss in the third pad just to be complete. What that does is it pulls up when I put the head strap on. I had a strap that does something similar from another oh yeah, that actually helps a lot. So having all of it together, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to play a little bit of Coaster Combat again. Yeah, this is actually a lot more comfortable. I actually like this, the way that this is set up a bit more. And I feel like these are a bit loose right now. I could probably tighten these and get a little bit. In fact, I'm going to do that while the Quest is booting. I'm going to tighten the straps on the sides here to get a little bit more comfort, because the tighter I make this, the less stress on the top. Well, the more stress on the top of the headset for itself, the less stress on me. So I've got them pretty tight on that now. Yeah, so now it doesn't actually go down very far on the back of my head. Because I've got that top piece on. So it actually feels pretty good. I can feel the pressure on my cheeks a bit. I don't feel the pain that I felt on the top of my head or the back of my head with the battery pack on, which is good. But I do feel the pressure in my cheeks that I did not feel, or I do not feel rather, when I'm using the GoQuest VR. And outside of the bit of pressure on the front of my head, this padding is definitely very comfortable. And I'm going to just adjust the head strap a little bit, just this top piece, just to see if I can make it a little bit less uncomfortable from a tugging perspective. So now, when I adjust it, instead of it being pressure against my cheeks, it's pressure against the top, which is right here. Both of those cause me problems, and actually you can see the marking a little bit from just that little bit of wear. So this is not as good of a solution for me as the GoQuest VR, at least alone. I'm going to try to do, and I don't think this is going to work with the padding. In fact, it's not. There's no way this will fit on with the padding on as well. So it's either one or the other, unfortunately. I can't do the padding with the little pack for more of a weight distribution. We do have one more item, though, to review. I'm going to take all of this off, put the GoQuest VR back on. I am going to leave these little blue things in because they seem to definitely be working, and they're not uncomfortable at all, but they definitely have a little bit more of a lip than the original black rings that came on the Quest. So I'm going to keep those installed to protect my lenses, but I'm going to take this whole strap off. So again, all of these are good potential solutions for comfort on the Oculus Quest, but for now we're going to take the last of the 4 items that I got from AMVR. This link cable for Oculus Quest. And I don't have an official Oculus link cable. I only have the anchor cable that was originally recommended, so it's a little bit shorter. It's about 10 feet. This one is 16.4 feet, so this is a giant cable. This is a full 5 meters, the same length as some of the PC VR cables, and a little bit longer than some of the other PC VR cables. And it does have a small little clip to clip to the Quest itself. Because we don't have the original Quest headband, I don't know if it's going to be able to clip to the GoQuest VR headband, but I'm going to check that out really quickly first. It looks like there's actually a wide enough space that this might work. So what I'm trying to do is fit it on this little plastic lip right here. It definitely doesn't fit there. But if I go back a little bit further on the plastic lip, or back here where it says GoQuest VR, yeah, it still doesn't fit. So unfortunately this little clip isn't going to work with the GoQuest VR. And here is the giant cable. We're going to connect that to the PC. And it does have a right angle cable to connect to the Quest itself. This is fairly... Let me actually pull out my anchor cable. The anchor cable is this thickness. It does not have a right angle cable. The anchor cable is just a standard. If we look at the thickness of the AMVR cable here. Again, it has a nice little AMVR logo on it, and the thickness of the anchor cable. The anchor cable is actually a little bit less chunky. I don't know that that makes a huge difference, but from a comparison with the original OG Oculus Link cable, this is definitely not as flexible and not as thin as the original, but it's also a lot less expensive than the original. So we're just going to take this cable, I'm going to open up Oculus Home on my PC. So I'm just going to go over the length of the cable while my Oculus drivers are updating on my PC. It just keeps going. And there you go. So it's actually about the length of the, I want to say, the HTC Vive cable that I had way back in the day, which was really long, stretched my entire living room and further. Click on USB test. I'm going to test our connection. So yeah, it's got 1.4 gigabits per second USB 3 using the AMVR cable. So when I put the Quest back on, I've enabled Link Beta, and yes, Oculus Home is up from the Rift store. I'm going to go ahead and we'll just open up Stormland. It should play just as it does on my anchor cable, because the speed on the anchor cable and the speed on this cable are exactly the same. I will say the weight is about the same as the anchor cable, but the right angle connection definitely makes a difference here. And yeah, Insomniac Games logo just came up, Stormland. So with the drawback of the Oculus Link cable, the official cable being it's $80, this cable at 5 meters is fantastic. And yeah, everything about this looks just like I would expect it to. It's working just fine, functioning as well as my anchor cable does. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of Stormland and give my final thoughts on each of these 4 cool items, accessories for the Oculus Quest from AMVR that I received. Alright, so of the 4 accessories that I received, the little blue lens pieces are definitely staying inside my Quest. And they're something that are super practical and can be used for either the Quest or the Rift S. The head pad pieces definitely made the original Quest strap more comfortable, and the battery bank charger strap piece definitely was functional, but for me added almost more discomfort, if that makes sense. The last thing I want to talk about is prices for these items. So the anti-scratch ring protecting kit is $14.99. I think the added protection for your Oculus Quest, adding that little rubberized grip with a little bit raised plastic over the original pieces inside the Quest, if you're wearing eyeglasses, especially if you don't use the eyeglass spacer, is definitely a good investment for $14.99. Now keep in mind, if you have a Quest and a Rift S, you have to buy 2 sets because of those little black rings, even though there's so many rubber elastics. I wish it came with 2 of those plastic sets instead of just the 1. For the AMVR headband strap, which includes those 3 components, the top strap, the strap that goes under it so that you have that gravity pressure balance, as well as the back strap, that kit runs $19.99. Now if you compare that to the GoQuest VR, the GoQuest VR is $48 or $58 with headphones. So for $19.99 you get a pretty decent comfort kit, especially if you can't wear a halo strap design. The AMVR Quest Link cable, again 5 meters, supports fast charging and high-speed data transfer. I can confirm I left my Quest on for about 30 minutes. It kept it charged while it was attached to my PC, so that is definitely a positive over other cables in the market, like the Party Link or other third-party Oculus cables. This particular cable, the Oculus cable, again runs around $80. This cable runs $21.99. So definitely pretty reasonable, a good investment. Now as of right now, I couldn't find a price for the power bank fixing bracket. But if it's $20 or less, definitely, if you're looking for a solution to have a counterweight on the back of your headset, it's definitely usable. It doesn't work with the extra padded comfort of the head strap kit, but either one could be an alternative, and it's far less expensive than other solutions like the VR Power from Rebuff Reality as an example. I feel like all 4 of these accessories are definitely usable for some folks. I feel like the GoQuest VR, unfortunately, I'm spoiled with and is an ideal for me as a head strap solution. But if you're looking just to accent the comfort of the initial head strap, either the power bank bracket, if you want to have it as a counterweight, or the extra padding of the head strap kit, definitely will be a better solution than just going with the Oculus Quest head strap alone, and do provide a bit of comfort and a bit less pressure on your face, which is extremely important when you want to use the Quest for a longer period of time. I've said it multiple times, I could only use the Quest for about 30 minutes before I got the GoQuest VR, even with the seatbelt covers that I showed in the video a little while ago. So it definitely helps to have that little bit of extra padding or that counterweight on the Quest. And both of those solutions are definitely robust. They're not going to fail instantly on you. What I liked about the lens protectors is they gave you so many more lens protectors. Again, I wish they gave you 2 sets of the plastic rings. But otherwise, good solutions. I feel like all 4 of these products are good value for what they're offering. The entire package, I don't want to say could help you make a better Quest, but definitely gives you the options to add PC VR with the link cable, add better comfort so you can play for longer with either of the head strap solutions, and gives you protection from scratching the lenses with your eyeglasses with the lens protectors. So 4 practical application accessories from AMVR. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you to AMVR for providing these samples for review. I'll be back with more VR content soon. Until next time, get out there and enjoy some VR for yourself. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye now.